What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a Friday night stream. Tonight's going to be a little bit disjointed. I'm actually trying to get some work done as well as put on a stream. I know that's the case every night, but tonight's a little bit like I need to get a certain amount of work done. Chris, welcome. So we've got some R32 catch cans. I have cut 9 of these things. Thanks for the share, Chris. I appreciate that. So I've got 4 tonight. So I've got 4 that are just straight weld up jobs. We did 3. We've done 3 already this week, and I got 4 here that are straight weld up, and then 2 that are going to be recirculating versions. So we're going to dive in and get these last 4. I probably am not going to get them completely welded. What I'm committing to is doing the filter baskets and the top weld on all 4 of them. That's the goal for tonight. If we do more, cool. If we do less, cool. Really, we're late kicking off tonight, and it's just we're just still gonna do our best. So I am gonna start by welding the bases. Chris, how you feeling today? Okay, so we're going to start off with a fresh tungsten. I'm fairly sure when I was fitting the baffles in these things, I dipped this piece of tungsten, so let's just turf him out and get a fresh one in here. Bit better, that's good news, as long as it's going in the right direction. So 2.4 mil, 2% lanthanated, no, 2% serrated tungsten in this one. Just going to make an adjustment to my torch here. Still got the headaches, yeah, bugger man. Hopefully you come good enough for the weekend. But as long as you're in a position where you can rest and things are moving in the right direction, it's all good news. Okay, so about a 4 mil stick out. This is going to ball up. I'm not going to bowl it, I'm going to let it bowl on its own. Had good success with it last night, so just dive over to the machine here, and when I welded up the baffles and the filters today, I used a half-second pulse instead of my normal 0.833. Very successful, very good. But for this guy here, we're going to dive into the settings we finished off on last night. So we're auto for the pre-flow, post-flow. Pulse is turned off. We're on Optima wave. 92 Hertz is the change we made last night. And negative 35 on the AC balance. G'day Chris. G'day Chris. G'day Daniel. I'm so sorry. I am worn out and have lost the ability to read today. Trying to stay away for a bit. Weld this toilet paper welded together. Daniel, I'm happy to see you here tonight. Hope all is travelling pretty well in your world. So we're going to start by welding the back of the can here. Just going to get myself a fistful of filler rods. Okay, I think we are organised enough to get stuck into it. I think I just need to check the flow at the torch. Let's swap you guys over to this screen here. 7 litres a minute is the goal here, and we're bang on at the moment. Let's get stuck into it. I do have the laser running at the moment, doing an engrave. It's quite a lengthy engrave, and I think I might have to do another pass on it. So it's here. So I'm going to be just watching this area to make sure we don't see a nice orange glow from that section, but the extractor's on at the moment. I don't think it's affecting the audio or anything either, but yeah, the laser is running right here where my finger is now, just behind a bit of racking there. But hopefully that'll get done soon. We'll just check it during the stream and see if it needs to run a second time. All right, buzzed around there. Okay, I'm actually just going to do all 4 of these to save time in changing the prop every time. This one here has a little bit of a gap here, which is just this back plate. I can see why it's like that, but we'll start along the bottom there anyway. We'll just keep powering through. This tungsten is holding its point really well. Where is the focus window? Right there. Just got a tiny little ball on it. Seems to be welding quite nicely, which is good. Pretty nice run around there so far. Everything is traveling nicely. Tank number 3. This one has the same gap here. It's interesting that it's a repeated problem. Only on these 2 cans. It looked like that one was because this curved panel wasn't out far enough, so pulled out this way far enough, but could almost argue that it's the same problem on this one. It doesn't really affect anything. Deja vu on this one looks really good. Managed to close that gap up there, no problems. These settings are really forgiving. I'm actually really enjoying these settings. It does make it really easy to weld these things out, which I'm really grateful for finding those settings. no major issues to report on that one either. We'll just weld it up really nicely. So I'll cruise back to the first one and we'll get set up for some filter basket welds. Done with soda cans. Making a TIG torch hanger. Awesome. Yeah, the frustration isn't something you can persist with. I think like coming in and out and just trying it from time to time probably is the better way to go. But TIG torch hanger, yeah, that's a cool little project. I just use a Scotch Guard broom handle holder. that is all I'm using over here. Let's jump into settings, go back to our pulse setup. We're here. Just make sure that I didn't save that faster pulse time. Everything looks good there. My welding table actually feels like it's quite far away. It's only an inch out of where it should be, but I feel like I'm really reaching. I'm just going to quickly go and check my laser engraver. I don't have a portable camera, but I will bring the microphone with me now that it's not attached to my body. Thing is going nicely over at the laser. So just engraving a sign over there, and oh, that got a little bit out of range on the microphone. Engraving a sign, and it's normally I engrave powder coated aluminium, but today I'm engraving some spray painted aluminium. And it's proving a little more difficult than powder coat. The powder coat just sort of blasts off, but the paint just seems to be re-wetting the paint, so it's taking quite a few more passes than powder coat would, which is why it's taking a long time. And yeah, I'm not sure if I need to run one more pass on it. Chris, you've got the magnetic ones. Yeah, I was thinking about getting one for the bench down here as well. Often I rest the torch in one of the holes between, you know, for quick little setup changes. But up the top here, I used to have a 3D printed one, but it broke, and I didn't have my 3D printer here at the time to remake it, so I you know, just tried whatever I could get at Bunnings. But I have been thinking about making something a bit fancy on my CNC. Got to make 5 hangers for all the torch. Oh, okay, so it's like an organizational type thing. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's. We're on a pulse setting now. Let's get these filter baskets in. Yeah, that welded up really nicely. Getting really good results, or results that I'm really happy with, at least with these settings now, with these filter baskets rather. 0.83, I'm actually tempted to speed that pulse up. I feel like I'm waiting a little bit. So we'll try it on the next one. The nice thing about doing the same weld back to back like this is it really lets me make changes in real time rather than, you know, sometimes days between making changes. 0.74 seconds. We'll give that a try. See how that feels. I think I like the faster pulse, but it is making it a little more difficult for me to get consistency, which might just be a time thing. It's a little bit too fast for me to keep up if I need to actually feed wire with it. Yeah, that point second is just a little bit faster than I can feed and realign. But I like how quickly we got around it. That was really nice. We'll just drop it down to 0.769 and see if that's much better. You got to set your machine back up with some real settings, 3/32 and lanthanide tungsten. Yeah, from after doing those cans, yeah, I can imagine it. Everything just feels a lot more stable. Is probably the term I'd probably describe it as. That's awesome, though. That's absolutely awesome. See how we go with this pulse meeting it in the middle there. Just nick the tungsten with the filler on that one. And it's a good thing that I sharpened a bunch today. I don't think it's doing 4 cans back to back is probably not one that I would like to risk with just one tungsten. Some days you can go hours and hours. Other days seem to dip every second weld. So we'll start again. Still 2% serrated, 2.4 mil. Just wipe the soot off with the TIG finger, seems to work really well. We'll just hang out for a second and use the cleaning action to clean that up. And all I'm going to do on the filler rod here where the soot is, I don't know if you'll see that at all, is I'm just going to swap to the other end. No worries at all. Welded up really nicely. That sharp tungsten actually feels a bit better at this speed, which is interesting. Ordinarily I would bowl the tungsten for this weld. Interesting experiment. So getting used to that pulse speed now, I think that's quite nice traveling around there. I like that the dabs are a little bit closer together. Probably not a great deal of this difference in the appearance of it, but it does feel nice, and it's nice to get around it a bit quicker. To still no distortion in that top plate, which is definitely something that I'm looking for. Furic Jazzy 10 does not mean anything to me. Jazzy 10, is that? I'm assuming number 10. They're number 10 torch, but is Jazzy what they call it? I'm not up with Furic lingo, unfortunately. Last time I bought a Furic, it was still the FUPA and BBW. But I guess they're 12 and 14, are they? 12 and 14? Alright, we're going to cruise around the tops now. 4 cans, so the goal is to get through all 4 tops. And that's the goal for tonight. We are doing exceptional on time. BBW is 19. Probably makes sense. I have a champagne cup, which is a little bit larger than that as well, but Jazzy, okay. They call Jazzy. So number 12, FUPA, yes. Moose Knuckle, gosh. Moose Knuckle is 14. You can't go wrong with those names, can you? Moose Knuckle is definitely not a word that I thought I would speak tonight. Alright, I thought I was going to have problems on that, but it doesn't look too bad. All in all. Do you guys get a good look at that? Yes, pretty well. I had my over here. I had my finger tucked under my prop again, and I really realised as I was approaching the corner here, and I thought it was going to give me grief, but managed to stretch out and weld all that okay. I think I'm just going to attempt to go the whole way around on all four. 14 and 19 go-to for stainless, absolutely. And Jazzy 10 is faithful all around for everything except alloy. Do you go, what do you use for your aluminium? I think, yeah, I don't even know what I've got over there, but you know, number 5, I'm number 5 for literally everything on aluminium. Pretty much everything on aluminium. And everything looks pretty good. Nothing extraordinary happened, just travelled around all okay. Number 5, stubby, yep, perfect. And stubby, standard collet with a number 5, yeah. Number 5 seems like the go-to. I ran a number 8 for years, and then switched over to a number 6, and now number 5 is my go-to. I've lost audio again. Can you guys still hear me? I wonder why. Yep, all good, cool. I think what it is my my feed for my live stream buffers or pauses. I've got audio back again. I don't think that's a problem with my hands-free kit. Appreciate that, thank you. All right, and just before I dive into this one, I'm just going to go and double check that laser. Everything is chugging along nicely. Okay, now we're going to weld a curve again, and I'm going to do everything I can to remember not to tuck my finger under. Okay, same again, all pretty good. I had a slight misdab right there. You can see him poking up there. Barely, but it still happened all the same. Didn't tuck my fingers, but I was holding the torch a bit too high, and my fingers are on fire as a result. All right, we're just going to keep cruising around. That's all we've got to do, is keep cruising. And really nice, no problems. It's a little bit boring when nothing goes wrong. Shouldn't have said that when I've still got 2 more to go. This guy's still a bit warm. Yeah. Rebar can be a bit of a mixed bag sometimes. Yeah, I think it's. I've had that before too. Like if I get it from a scrapyard or something, it's unmarked and it's just a mixed bag on what you get. Are you able to hit it with a grinding wheel instead of a belt sander? Maybe it's just, is that to make your torch hangers? Well, I bought that upon myself. I knew I would, but I had a blowout about here, somewhere about here, and ended up just chasing it all the way through to about where the curve started. Not too bad, but can definitely notice it. Certainly doesn't really impact the part at all, but when it happened, I'm just like, I knew it. Totally self-inflicted. Yeah, third hands. I was thinking about third hands yesterday. Thinking about making myself a new one. I was actually seeing if anyone had any DIY kits to buy. But that's awesome. Yeah, send me a link for sure. Mine I made. And this guy here. This I made eons ago when I first started welding. Back when my welder table was a barbecue plate. I made this guy, which is a brass drawer handle, some brass desktop posts, and I don't know what this is. I think this was like a window weight from one of those counterlever windows. It has served me well for well over a decade, but I would like to make something a bit fancier. But that's interesting that you mention it. There it goes. My stream deck decided it didn't want to work for a second there. I think we still got cameras, yes. Yeah, no dramas at all. Same. Cruised around there pretty nicely. And this guy... See if we can get a better weld on these curves, on this curve. Do my best to try and make this the best one of the bunch. I think I did it. I definitely think this one is the best one. 100%. Very happy with that. Okay. We lost that camera. Oh, and my laser just finished. Let me just restart this camera. I need to authorize it. Yes, can. Hopefully that comes back. Yes. Yeah, this one. Yeah, really happy with that. Was that? No, I think it was my 3D printer, not my laser. Just hearing that in the delay. Cool. I'll check them out after the stream. I'm just going to go and check that laser. I'm fairly sure that was my 3D printer, not my laser. Yeah, it was a 3D printer. Print is done. The laser is still going. It looks like it's on the final round. All right, so I still got 13 minutes, so I will continue on. Might do all these verticals, and I think I like to do that the panel seam at the bottom while all these guys are still warm. So I'm going to go along here and do this vertical. We've taken care of all the other ones already. We'll just bang these out. I think I have a feeling that we used a different setting for this the other day, but we'll go with this one and see how it feels. Yeah, that was quite nice, considering the amount of overhang. That actually welds really nicely. So we'll continue on. We'll do them all first, and then we'll go and do those seams in the bottom. Not bad. Getting some really good consistency tonight, which I'm really happy with. What are these? You got this. When you hit the... Are they the... They must be the YouTube emojis. They don't pop up in the stream chat, but they they work on the YouTube. I like the you guys. Oh, you see it on the... Do you see it on the video? Yeah, you get the name of them. Elbow bump sanitizer. What's elbow cough? Okay. Very cool. All right, and another nice, neat little weld. So we'll cycle back through to the first one. I am actually tempted to try welding this center seam with these settings instead of switching over to a pulse. I don't think we've had a go at doing it with this lower hertz or the Optima wave. So let's give it a try. We can always go back, get a full filler just in case. My buttons just aren't working currently. Oh, or were they? Did it change and not make the sound? Well, it's working now. Yeah, beautiful. That actually looks better. Dare I say, it might even be the best one I've ever done. Looks really good. We'll carry on. I think that without the pulse works well if there's not a gap where this fold is. Sometimes it folds up and sits a little higher. Now let's continue on. We've got 3 to go. We are in pretty good shape for time, so. Yeah, perfect. Really happy with how that's looking. Definitely the best I've ever done. I'm pretty confident in saying that. This one has a bit of a larger gap, so this will be the test, I guess. Yeah, we've learned something tonight. That's for sure. These settings I know I keep saying it, but they are so forgiving. That's absolutely fantastic. Always like super glad when I try something reluctantly and then it works out. It's really excellent. And the fourth one, same story. Really nice. So we're at 7:30. Mission accomplished. 4 catch cans, just the top, so we've got the bottoms to go. Let me just stack all these guys up. Yeah. Welds on these are fantastic for the most part. Really happy with all those. We just have really they're pretty easy welds to go on the bottom, so I don't know if I'll save them for the next stream. I might do them just in my own time. So I think the next stream will need to be welding the fittings on. It's my fitting shelf is nearly completely full. And I've still got 2 more of these to go, and I cut another 9 of the R33. These are R32. I cut another 9 of the R33 today, so yeah, need to keep things rolling through. I can't get a backlog of fittings, so I can't think of anything worse than welding 20 cans worth of fittings in one sitting. Yeah, looks really good. second guess yourself on a lot of stuff. So ADHD, I never actually got an official diagnosis. The doctor that I was seeing for it had mentioned that the diagnosis is only valuable if I wanted to be medicated, which I don't. So yes-ish, ADHD. I could probably say with 99% certainty that I have it and have had it my whole life. But yeah, no official diagnosis because I have no intention of being medicated for it. So I was also told by that same doctor that that it can cause problems with medical insurance and things like that. Second guessing, yeah, I think second guessing is sort of akin to overthinking. I don't know if second guessing is probably the right sort of word, but yeah, overthinking to the point where it does hinder decisions from time to time. Yeah, I think there's a YouTube page. It's a chick who has how to ADHD. It just seems like a great resource. For me, I've learnt how to manage a lot of things through that channel. Mainly journaling, and I use a timer throughout the day to refocus myself on what I need to do. Yeah, second guessing. Yeah, I would sort of maybe say like just check with yourself if it is second guessing or overthinking. It's for me quite often I feel like I just am processing 3 or 4 outcomes of a decision at one time. Yeah, ADHD. It's a funny one. I think life has gotten a hell of a lot easier since since I can't say diagnosis, but since discovering that that's possibly been the root of a lot of my issues, and then finding ways to manage that has been so beneficial for life. Life has just improved tenfold since that education. Yeah, it's a funny one. Having it medicated is the thing that I'm worried about. I see a lot of videos of people who are taking their medication for the first time. I know that that's a curated feed that I'm getting fed. Some super positive, some not. And yeah, I think now that I understand myself a bit better, I'm super happy to live within the Rolodex. Just from time to time, it is super taxing, and it can be exhausting sometimes. Overthinking, second guessing. Yeah, time is the thing for me. Like my clock on my phone, I have 45 minutes fast, and that has given me the greatest success in being able to keep appointments on time. But yeah, it's time just doesn't exist for me. Like I'm fortunate, so fortunate, I think, that I've built a life. I say fortunate, but it's actually been a hell of a lot of hard work to build a life where I don't, I don't have to deal with a clock regularly. The only thing that's really time dependent is me showing up for these streams, and fortunately, you guys are nice enough to let me off the hook when I run a bit late. So, yeah, a lot of people say stay off them. A lot of people say it's the best thing they've ever done. I think, I don't know. I feel like the clutter inside my head is like another entity. But like I said, when I didn't know what that was, it was really hard. And now that I understand that, that it's a processing thing that I can build build ways to navigate it within my life, yeah, things have got way better, absolutely. But yeah, so fortunate that things aren't time dependent for me. You know, like I get to do my business being internet based. You know, it's not phone ringing or anything like that. I get to answer and deal with things all in my own time, and I think that's really important as well. Yeah, management for it. I think understanding of management is awesome, but yeah, the questioning of self is definitely something that I suffer with. It doesn't end up making me paralyzed in the decision making process. Just that I overthink outcomes in unison. It seems like I can think 4 or 5 outcomes at one time. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling, but yeah, it's you know, it's awesome. I think it's a superpower. It's a really cool thing. I think for a creative person to have ADHD, I think is amazing. Just doesn't bode well for schooling and things like that. But yeah, once you're out of that, it's manageable. Guys, Chris and Daniel, thank you so much for coming along tonight, and as always, jumping in the chat and just being awesome. I appreciate you both coming and being consistent and doing all that stuff. There's certainly no expectation, but I really appreciate that you take the time out of your day, especially with being sick and the time zone differences between the two of you. It is truly amazing. Facebook group's coming. I did a little bit of research on it today. Just give me a little bit of time, and I just want to make sure that yeah, I just want to make sure that we launch something in a controlled manner. But yeah, you guys bloody awesome. Anyone who was in the stream tonight, I absolutely did not look at the view counter tonight, so I have no idea if anyone popped through. Thank you so much, though, spending a bit of time out of your day to check out what I got going on, and on a Friday too. Thank you so much. What else do? We got the VOD that goes up, so the YouTube VOD. I did go ahead and transfer all of the streams that weren't in the stream playlist today. And I want to say that some doubled up. I don't know. I need to dive in a little bit deeper. But there was 111 streams in the stream folder, which is scary to think how many hours of content that might be. I think some of them are privated because they were just me testing or whatever. But even still, I think that we've probably cracked 100. I'm pretty confident in the stream setup. I think we're producing good work. You guys are keeping the chat active. Like, everything has hit the markers that I was aiming for 100 streams. So thank you to everybody. But the guys that are checking this out on YouTube, hit the thumb up button. That is super important. Leave a comment if you want to ask some questions or give some advice, or want me to weld something on stream or try something on stream. In those comments there is where you can leave that. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We are on the climb to 1,000 subscribers. Basically, we are missing out on a whole bunch of YouTube's advertising tools to get this stream out to more people until we get to 1,000 subscribers. So I would definitely appreciate you hitting subscribe, only if you want to come back and see what I got going on in the future. That's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. I am going to be back on Tuesday for the next stream, so enjoy the few days in between there. Take it easy, everyone, and I will see you next week.